Hey guys, Raiden here, and welcome to Dark Souls 3. I actually really didn't expect to be doing this. This is almost an impulse let's play, you could say. I wasn't really excited for Dark Souls 3. I've played every single Souls game and finished every one of them. If you don't count Bloodborne, actually, because I never finished fighting, I'm not going to spoil something for you, but it's like, I'd never finished fighting, like, the last secret boss in Bloodborne. Anyways, welcome to Dark Souls 3. I have never done a Souls game on this channel before. I do have some Bloodborne stuff way back when. But this is going to be my first try at playing a whole game, or at least trying to. As I said, I don't guarantee that we're going to get all the way through it, or that technical issues won't happen, because they seem to, so I'm going to give that disclaimer now, because that happens to me often. So let's get started. Now, I'm going to admit that I did play up to the first boss, because I needed to do sound stuff, so I'm not even going to lie to you guys about that. I don't know what the intro cutscene is, though.
Indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, saint of the deep, Farron's undead legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital, Yom the Giant. Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
That was a pretty awesome opening. I forgot to turn on my Steam notifications. How professional. Anyways, immersion breaking, right? I'm really excited to play this. I never thought I'd play a Souls game on my channel ever, just because I'm like, there's so many Souls channels out there already. Why do we need to have another one? And well, I decided to. I felt like it was about time, and we should just do it. So, time to create my character. I have had a weird situation with all of my characters. I'm just gonna name this one Xeno, Cool. Awesome. That's my YouTube name. Young, mature, old. I'm just going to go with young because I'm pretty young. I've had a very interesting history with the Dark Souls classes. In order, I played Demon Souls as a knight. I played Dark Souls as a cleric. Did I play it as a cleric? No, I played Dark Souls as a thief. That evolved into something weird. I played Dark Souls 2 as a cleric. And I played Bloodborne as a strength guy. I don't exactly remember. But I've had some pretty interesting opinions about it so far. And we're going to go through and take a look at each one of these. Knight is an obscure knight of poor renown who collapsed the roaming land, sturdy owing to high vitality and stout armor. So it's kind of weird that they would go an obscure knight with poor renown. Like, how much renown is there left to have in this universe? Maybe the few dead guys will know you. Let's see, we have Mercenary, which appears to be a good all-rounder class that incorporates dex. A mercenary and veteran of the battlefield. That's brief. High dexterity allows masterful wielding of dual scimitars. Oh, so that's what's going on. Oh, so, I will admit that I have played up to the first boss, and I have seen a tiny bit of footage, and I've been seeing this weird dual scimitar symbol, and it appears that dual swords are now a single weapon type, instead of being, you know, one sword and then the other, which is really cool. Next we have the warrior, descendant of the northern warriors, famed for their brawn, utilizes high strength to wield a heavy battle axe. So we've had this in several games. It's just the barbarian type guy. Lots of strength, lots of vigor. Not quite as tanky as the knight, more just focused on doing damage. We have the herald, which is what I am thinking of going, which is a dexterity, strength. It's kind of an in the middle hybrid type of class, except it does get a good amount of faith. So I'm thinking of going sort of like a dex faith build, but we'll see where we go. It's a former herald who journeyed to finish a quest undertaken, wields a sturdy spear, and employs a gentle restorative miracle. Funny thing is, from what I experienced, or at least what I played for like 5 minutes, he doesn't actually have the faith level to use the spell he starts out with, which is kind of reminiscent of Dark Souls 2, whereas the cleric, you got a mace and a shield, but you did not have the strength to use the mace in one hand. So you had to two-hand the mace. It was pretty funny. I thought the game was broken, but no, that's just how they designed it. Next up, we have the thief, a common thief and a pitiful deserter. Wields dagger intended for backstabs alongside a military-issue bow. So this is a pretty good dex class. It's much like, if I can find it, this assassin, except he starts off in general a lower level, and I think the high luck also helps out, which I'm not quite sure what all of the skills do in this game. We'll take a look at that eventually. We have the assassin who stalks their prey from the shadows. The assassin is apparently supposed to be using thrusting swords, which it's just another balanced kind of high-level dex class, which is nice. He also has 11 intelligence. Kind of weird, and 14 attunement, so I think it's meant to be some sort of dex, like dex pyromancy or dex magic class. I'm not exactly sure of how pyromancy scales this time around. Next we have the sorcerer, a loner who left formal academia to pursue further research. I hate that word. I hate that word so much. Commands soul sorceries using high intelligence. So this is your basic sorcerer. Starts out with that looks like a parrying dagger, or also known as a mail breaker. And actually, those can be two different things. And a really ugly, bad-looking bent-up shield, and I'm sure he starts off with a catalyst too, it looks like. We have the pyromancer, a pyromancer from a remote region who manipulates flame. So, if you don't know, pyromancy is flame, of course. And it looks like they have a mix of intelligence and faith. So, I'm gonna take a shot here and say that pyromancy in this game is a total scaling of your magics, like combined. So it is the new hex, I'm guessing. I could be entirely wrong, and it could just scale off of nothing and be cheap like in Dark Souls 1. I'm sorry if you feel different about that. The cleric, a traveling cleric who collapsed from exhaustion, channels high faith to cast many and varied miracles. Interesting. He has a little turtle. Is that supposed to be a shield or a hat or what? Interesting. He starts off with a cleric mace, or just the basic mace, just like in Dark Souls 2. That is weird that I can do that. And a decent shield. Has pretty high strength and pretty high faith. And lastly, we have the Deprived, who is level 1 and starts off with 10 in all stats. This will give you the highest possible versatility rating to build your character, seeing as how you start out with all 10s, which is more points than most people even get at like level 10. Like, look at this. Even he has a 9, and he's level 10. If you start out with all 10s and you're level 1, you get the most versatility. But I've decided I'm going to go with a Herald because it best suits what I'm trying to go for. I'm going to try to find the weirdest weapon I can. Or maybe just a cool halberd or something like that. I just like weird weapons. I don't like conventional ones that everyone uses and everyone thinks is really cool. So we're going to go the Herald. Sort of like a Dex Faith build. And we can choose our Burial Gift. It's weird because you can just have the option to have none. I wonder if there's a benefit to that. We can get a Life Ring, which is a ring set with a small red jewel, raises maximum HP, that's always useful. Divine Blessing, Warm Blessed Holy Water, not really all that great. Hidden Blessing, Pure Blessed Holy Water, heals FP. I don't know what FP is, I've never heard of that before. Firebomb charged with a special black powder. An Uncouth Gift for the Departed. A Fire Gem, material used to upgrade fire weapons, more appropriate for a warrior than petty trinkets. Interesting. Sovereignless Soul. The sovereignless soul of one who slept beside you. Used to acquire many souls. Rusted Gold Coin. Burial item for good fortune after death. Greatly increases item discovery for a short while. Cracked Red Eye Orb. Use this to invade other people's worlds. And a Young White Branch. A branch of young white branch. A branch of young white birch. Perhaps an offering of peace, can be used to blend into environment, but only once. So out of all these, I decided, I don't know, because every single game so far has one item that stands out from the other ones, but this one doesn't. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up this, I kind of want to pick up this Sovereignless Soul, and see if it's a special soul of some kind. Maybe it'll turn into a weapon. Alright, I'm probably going to cut out the customization part till I look how I want to look. So, I will catch you guys then. Okay, and we are done. He looks kind of... Originally, I tried to make him look like me. But then I realized they don't have any of those haircuts. They just have really weird selections of them. So I kind of just made him look kind of monstery and like out wildish. I don't know. I guess he looks, now that I think about it, he looks kind of like the main character of Vagabond. I guess. If you don't know what that is, it's a fantastic manga. Check it out. So, I've finalized my character. His name's just going to be Xeno. Male, young, herald. He's going to have the sovereignless soul. And he's made how I want him. Pretty plain and simple. Alright, here we go. Into the beautiful, wonderful world of Dark Souls 3. There's also a cutscene right at the start here, but I did not watch this one either, so let's check it out. Alright, so that was a slightly stronger start than normal. You know what? I think Dark Souls 1's start is the most impactful. But raising out of the ground's pretty cool, even if it's for no apparent reason. So far. See, I kind of already know the controls. We have a regular attack just like all the other games. We have a strong attack. We have target lock and release, so... I always do like spears just because I like the motion of them. I think they're really, really cool. And just the simplicity. I mean, it is one of the most effective weapons throughout history just because you can give it to anyone and they'll know how to use a spear. It's just human function. I didn't actually go this way when I did this the first time, so I'm going to keep a close eye out for anything. I don't see anything, though. Soul of a deserted corpse. I actually kind of want to read real quick what... Where's the thing I'm supposed to start with? Did I not get it? Soul of a deserted corpse. Used to acquire souls. Yeah, okay, well, whatever then. I don't see it in our inventory. Maybe I forgot to select it. We can do without it. Oh, I didn't even see him. I forgot about you. See, backstabs are really, really easy to hit. If you go back to Demon Souls, which is the first entry in the series, trying to backstab someone is the worst experience. It is just awful. Guard, yes, as I'm doing. By the way, behind an enemy for a critical hit, it's just called a backstab. Just call, even for the knife, you guys just called it a backstab in the knife's description, or in the thief's description. Just call it a backstab. It doesn't need to be, like, a critical riposte or a critical parry. Just backstab, parry, whatever. That's 2 down. We're doing really good so far, even though these guys are just, like, pleb level. I hope I don't get too nervous in this series. That's my worry, is that... Yeah, okay. So, we have new things called weapon skills, which for the spear is that really cool motion. I'm not sure the actual use for it. Maybe it does more damage, but it seems to be near what the... Whoops. I almost forgot about him. It seems to be near what the heavy swing for the spear also does. Now, it's weird that they give us a chime right off the bat. What I'm wondering is the chime any better than what we use? We're using a talisman right now that scales an E in faith, and the chime... Oh, sorry, it scales a B in faith, and the chime scales higher, and the FP cost is also higher for its special ability, and they have different kind of prayers, too. This is a unfaltering prayer, and this is a gentle prayer. There is so much I have to learn in this game compared to the others. But from now on, we're going to read every single item description. So I'm sorry if that annoys you guys a bit. It's just how I like to do things. There's no way to figure out the story in this game without going and reading item descriptions. What is over here? I didn't actually go this way. I just went straight ahead. Turn back. That's great. That's wonderful to know. It's okay. I can take on anything. I'm the master tactician. The hell is that? Hey there, buddy. Okay. Okay. I did not know that. Come on. Come on. Ooh, that was close. How long are these gonna stay out on the field, huh? Okay, it has an AoE attack of some kind. I was pretty sure it missed us, that's why I went for the strike, but apparently not. So the key to fighting this enemy so far seems to be wait until the AoE strike happens, right after every single one of his hits, and then feel free to swing. Oh my... Okay. That last hit really hit us hard. Ooh, we managed to dodge that just barely. Come on, lizard. Lizard. Lizard thing. Oh, you know what these remind me of? These remind me of the, crystal lizards from the first one. Could this be, like, a mother lizard? Or just a fully grown one? So they're actual threats and this is their revenge? I'm sorry I killed so many of you before. But I really needed the upgrades, please understand. Oh, jeez. Okay, so that thing can just pierce shields. Completely. It's okay. We can be friends. Well, I flubbed that completely. Oh, if you're oh my goodness. Okay. It's very hard to hit this guy with the heavy attack, so I'm not even gonna try anymore. Jeez. Okay. 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 Got stabbed in the butt. How do you like that, Mr. Lizard? Okay, I already found out strategy. Get right behind him. So one of the major changes in this game from the old Souls games is that it's a lot faster. It's a whole ton faster, in fact. Meaning that a lot of the swordsmen in the game act like swordsmen, and they don't just fail to track you as you circle them. Come on. What are you waiting for, Mr. Lizard? You have crystals all over your body. You can't lose. Oh. Hey there. Hey, girl. It's fine. So, the reason, like, I'm not going to call this easy. I'm even having trouble with this guy. But, the reason some of this may seem easy to me, or easy to you, and look easy, trust me, it's not. But Souls experience from one game to another carries over. Ask anyone who's played a Souls game, they all carry over, even Bloodborne, which is a weird one to say it does, but it does. Oh man, I barely got out of that one. And we should have him now. We received a Titanite scale, which is the upgrade material in all the other games. Reinforced soul transposed weapon to 4. That's very specific and odd. Titanite altar by a soul. Reinforces soul transpose. Okay, yeah, I read that. Weapons forged by soul transposition can only be reinforced by Titanite of the same kind. In rare cases, crystal lizards devour souls, growing to monstrous proportion and leaving these great scales. I was right. They are crystal lizards. That is sick. Oh, there's items I'm missing. I'm hoping that my microphone's not going to peak all over the place because I don't want to re-record this. I want you guys to get my reaction. So if that's the case, I apologize. I apologize. It'll be fixed because I'm only going to record 1 or 2 episodes at the moment because of my broken Xbox controller. This is actually on PC. That's why it looks so beautiful. But I'm using a broken Xbox controller practically, where the LB button barely works, which is blocked, so that's fantastic. My friend who's borrowing my controller should lend it back to me by tomorrow, so that should be interesting. And look at this gorgeous view. Look at this. This is a Dark Souls view. Very ugly, blurry backdrop. And then you can just see the beautiful castle that we'll be getting into and whatever those ruins are over there and where we just came. Oh my goodness. That is a lot larger than I thought it would be. We made it to our first bonfire. And we're gonna rest. And did we just gain the emote rest? We're at the Cemetery of Ash. Interesting. So we got the emote rest. Now, how do I use emote? I love how all the emotes are like... Wave. Look at that face. Oh, you guys will see... Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. I was expecting that to completely kill him. I guess not. I'm gonna rest up. I know that sounds ridiculous, because we just did. Anyways, in case you guys don't know, if you go to Bonfires and you sit down, that's your checkpoint. And I believe in this one, you can teleport between them, just like most of the newer ones. Fading Soul. And if you die, you lose all your souls and go back to the checkpoint. So this here says, while dashing jump. I actually missed this jump while I was playing a bit earlier, so see if I can get it this time. No, I suck. We'll get it later. We'll get it later. And this talks about the plunging attack, which I'm going to assume there's an enemy down there. Yes, there is. So if you push the attack button or right bumper in midair, you will do a plunging attack. And that does way more damage than a normal attack of any kind. I'm not sure about comparative to a backstab, though. That's a cool roll. What about a backstep attack? What does that look like? Interesting. You know what? I didn't see what the special attack looks like after a roll. No, it's the same thing. And backstepping? Okay, so the special attack is set. It's one thing. It does not change if you're running or rolling or whatever. Come at me, brother. Oh, I was hoping I could get a parry. Parries are really hard to get. So that's why I'm trying them out now on these weak enemies. Although we might have trouble in a second just due to... Oh, whoa. Hey, buddy. I'm just gonna need you to... Yeah. Well, those guys over there seem to be crying themselves to sleep, so... I know that feeling. It is very familiar. I'm just going to leave them alone. So, here we have a fire crossbowman or an arbalist, and it appears to be a spearman. And the spearman is slowly advancing towards me. I have a feeling I could get him out of the arbalist's range, perhaps. Yes, I can. He's getting greedy. In fact, I can... At least I thought I could kill him right there. You also do have a kick that I suck at doing because it's forward plus right bumper. But the timing between those two button presses is very specific. That takes care of that. And we receive a firebomb. So I'm... what we can do is... I have not beaten that first boss yet. I have not beaten that first boss. Uh-oh. I missed again. Okay. Well, we're gonna ignore that for now. I don't want to kill myself trying to... Oh, wow, they're persistent. What about you, sir? Are you going to give up, or will you follow? Will you follow? No, your AI is programmed not to do that. Well, I suppose he's never leaving that spot, then. Kind of sucks for me, because I'm going to do that jump one more time and see if I can get it. Okay, let's see. If not, then I'll just give up. Yes! Got it. Oh, hey, down. Oh, my goodness, you're hitting my feet. Stop. Alright, we're gonna go into this fight, perhaps... Oh, no, I forgot. Miracles. Okay, so all special attacks and miracles use that FP meter, and what I'm guessing, since we started with an Ashen Estus Flask, which is new to the series, that's going to replenish... Yep, okay. Okay. I feel confident. Let me change up one thing. I always do this. I don't know why the game recommends that this is your option, but I always put my talisman in my spear slot, because I would rather have a shield in one hand and a talisman in the other, so I can block immediately after healing instead of trying to stab them after healing and get hit. So I have seen the first two bosses in this game. I haven't seen them all the way through done, but I have seen what they are. So just that fair warning, this is not completely blind. At least on the first two bosses. After that, it's pretty blind. So let's remove the sword from this big man. Interesting. This is the same type of sword that's in the Bonfires. And he has some sort of growth on his back, too. That was surprising. Okay, he is blockable. I should be trying to roll through it, but I'm going to take advantage of my shield. As long as he doesn't hit me directly with an overhead, I'll be fine. Uh-huh. Oh, dear lord. Okay, I've seen this before. I don't know how it works. Hey there, friend. I think you miss me a little bit. I do have problems with this design in particular. But I'm not going to focus too much on that till after I beat him. If I do. I'm just trying not... What? I got stuck on him. Come at me. Oh, that's a nice swing. Awesome. I like it so far. That was a weird glitch out moment. Hey there, buddy. Okay, so let's stay close for that one, and we are done. First boss, Eudex Gunther? Eudex Gunther. And we get the coiled sword from him. And we restored an Ember.